I know this topic is not sports related. I know that. But as I told you guys before, this channel is about more than just sports. Actually, most of the time, the content that I make is aimed at exposing the mainstream media for the frauds that they are. I tend to focus more on the sports media when doing that, but every so often, I like to venture off and cover a topic like this that strictly pertains to the mainstream media itself. I know some of you guys don't like it when I do this. You like me to stay within the sports realm, but when I get a softball like this to dump all over a social justice warrior, I can't help myself sometimes. I got to take advantage of it. Have you guys ever heard of Taylor Lorenz? Yeah, me neither until today. Now you may be wondering, Taylor, that is a gender neutral name. Is Taylor Lorenz male, female, or gender void? Unfortunately, I was unable to obtain a copy of their driver's license to confirm gender. I actually put in a call to Ketanji Brown Jackson, asking her which biologist she uses for gender confirmation. She referred me to Anthony Fauci, so I replied, asking her for a real doctor. Miss Jackson told me Anthony Fauci was the only gender expert that she trusts, so I immediately hung up the phone on her. I had to use the old-fashioned eye and ear test to confirm the gender of Taylor Lorenz. I can tell you guys with 100% certainty, she's a woman. She doesn't identify as a woman, she's actually a real woman. Now that's the only nice thing I have to say about Taylor Lorenz. Besides being a woman, she's also your typical woke dumbass and a seasoned professional in the art of victimization. I did a little bit of research on her. She graduated from Woke U in 2019. She majored in hypocrisy with a minor in mythical feminism. Supposedly, Taylor Lorenz is a bra-burning feminist, but as you will see in just a second, she only defends women who agree with her narrative. Have you guys seen the Libs of TikTok account on Twitter? It was brought to my attention maybe a week or two ago by my boy Connor, who is one of my long-term viewers of the channel. What the account does, it goes into the deranged world of TikTok, otherwise known as the land of lifelong unemployment and stupidity. They risk their sanity by going on there, and they pull the ridiculous musings of the ignorant and share it with their followers on Twitter. I'll show you an example or two. This example right here. It's from a graduate student at Woke U. His, her, their, it, whatever the fuck. Looks and sounds like a damn man to me, so we're going to go with he, him pronouns. His major at Woke U is biological essentialism. Those of us with normal lives have never heard of that bullshit before. I actually looked up the definition. It was clearly written by Bomani Jones. It was a word salad, a bunch of words written on a page without any meaning. Listen to this stupid fuck right here. Roll the film.
Here is Madison Cawthorn's definition of a woman. X chromosomes, no tallywhacker. And this gives me a chance to talk about biological essentialism. First of all, it's not true. People have all kinds of chromosomes and all kinds of bodies. Women who've had hysterectomies, people born with certain conditions, but that's almost immaterial. Number two, it is a system of oppression. Gender is a hierarchy and a system of oppression. And the easier it is to define gender, the easier it is to keep the oppression going. It's dangerous.
Wasn't that a great looking woman? I don't know about you guys, but that right there is the type of woman I want having my children. I think it would be a bit of a problem for us though, since a good round of butt bongo has never resulted in conception. I'll give you one more example of what Libs of TikTok does, and then we'll get into Taylor Lorenz. I assume this nice soliloquy is from a teacher who is tired of parents being involved in the lives of their own children. When I was growing up, schools actually encouraged parental involvement. Now, they want parents the fuck out of the process so they can groom your kids into being loyal shit fucks. Watch for yourself.
I'm giving this dude one last chance to get the fucking point. This We don't like this. My community specifically does not like this. You want to know why personally I don't like this? Because when it's the parents' problem, that's how you get homophobic kids. That's how you get kids like me with internalized homophobia until they're like 18 or 19 because they finally started going to fucking therapy. If my parents had their way, I wouldn't know shit about the gay community or my own legitimate sexual identity. I came out to them when I was 16. You want to know what they told me? They told me I was going to unalive myself because of this. I was an already depressed teenager. So when you say it's the parents' problem, understand that the parents are not going to make the best decision. They're not going to educate their kids. If it weren't for public school, I wouldn't know shit about the gay community. Unless it's a private school, parents need to stay the fuck out of classrooms.
Clearly, therapy did not work for this woman, and I hope I am not misgendering. Maybe I should just call her a person to be safe. But clearly, therapy did not work. My suggestion would be anger management. She seems really bitter. But you get the point, though. All Libs of TikTok does, they take videos posted to TikTok, created by dumbasses, and they share the videos with their Twitter following. That's it. They show you the dregs of society in their own words. This is a serious problem. This is a serious problem, according to Washington Post journalist Taylor Lorenz. And I use the term journalist very loosely. That is simply her job title. Taylor Lorenz is not a real journalist. She's one of the many purveyors of propaganda polluting our society. Tay-Tay, she published an article this morning discussing the dangers of this Twitter account. Libs of TikTok is spreading anti-LGBT hate. They are anti-women, anti-trans, anti-gay, anti-woke. They're even anti-anti. The Washington Post, they considered this garbage to be so relevant, so valuable, that they put it behind a paywall. The article is only available to paying subscribers. As you guys know, I am subscribed to damn near every woke rag in the country, so I already had easy access. No need to waste your $4 on this bullshit. That's why you have me. Taylor Lorenz, she claims Libs of TikTok postings are designed to generate outrage towards the LGBT community and often include incendiary comments. The fucking comments are coming from the same nasty, gross people who sit beside you in the pews every Sunday at Woke United Methodist. So if you want to blame anyone for incendiary comments, blame your fucking brothers and sisters in woke. She claims the account is creating this narrative where trans people are the enemy. Of course, this is bullshit. This is 100% victimization of an entire community that Taylor Lorenz doesn't even belong to. Rational people know trans people are not the enemy. It's shitfucks like Taylor Lorenz who are the real enemy. Members of the mainstream media who are using the trans community to push evil in public schools. These people are trying to corrupt your children. Until recently, the people behind the Libs of TikTok account have remained anonymous. It's understandable. It's understandable why they don't want to be known. Anytime you're an enemy of social justice, they go through great lengths to silence you. They will camp out in your front yard in their nice little woke tents. Like dogs, they will shit in your flower beds, maybe even shit in your pool. They'll publish your address to social media so other losers with no life can leave their couch and join the protest. So it's completely understandable why the people behind this account prefer to remain anonymous. But they were exposed by Taylor Lorenz. She began showing up on their fucking doorstep, trying to get a comment from them. She started calling and harassing members of their family. In her article, she published the names of people associated with this account. Why? What was the motivation behind this? I mean, it's obvious. The entire article was nothing but a hit piece, and she wanted her fellow losers on Twitter to come out in full force and silence the women behind this account. What Taylor Lorenz actually did was expose herself. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you another edition of Hypocrisy of the Woke. 3 weeks ago, she was on MSNBC talking about her PTSD from online harassment. Oh, it's so bad. I cry myself to sleep at night next to my beta male husband who was once non-binary. Please, please feel sorry for me. I know I'm white, but I can still be a victim too. Watch this pathetic display for yourself.
I've had to remove every single social tie. I had severe PTSD from this. I contemplated suicide. It got really bad. You feel like any little piece of information that gets out on you will be used by the worst people on the internet to destroy your life. And it's so isolating.
And terrifying.
It's horrifying. I'm so sorry. It's overwhelming. It's really hard.
2 days later, this victim took to Twitter to explain to her followers that it is never okay to dox people. It's not okay to harass people. It's not okay to involve their family. This has very real consequences. My husband is no longer sexually attracted to me because I am so fucking hideous when I'm fake crying. Yet here we are, less than 3 weeks later, and Taylor Lorenz did the exact same thing to the women behind Libs of TikTok that she was preaching against herself. If that is not the definition of hypocritical, I don't know what is. This woman, Taylor Lorenz, she is a professional victim, and she should not be taken seriously. From what I can tell, she grew up with wealthy parents. She's from Greenwich fucking Connecticut, one of the richest cities in the country. 2 years ago, Taylor Lorenz told the New York Times that she spends all day, every day on the internet. My parents out there watching this who think it's easier to give your children a phone to keep them occupied instead of dealing with them, Taylor Lorenz is the end result of that. You want your child to grow up to be completely useless, a shitfuck? Let them watch TikTok all day, every day. Your child could be the next Taylor Lorenz, crying on MSNBC because her best friend in high school received more Cheerios and that caused lifelong trauma and PTSD. Okay, let's wrap things up for today. We'll get back to sports-related shit tomorrow. I just couldn't pass up the opportunity to highlight this bullshit and hypocrisy. As of right now, the plan for tomorrow morning is to get into NBA playoff ratings. Always subject to change, but that's the plan right now. Some of you guys sent me some emails about Colin Kaepernick, wanting my opinion on that. Right now, I don't know if I can stomach another Colin Kaepernick video. We'll see, but I get tired of talking about something that's just not going to happen. He's not getting back in the NFL. But keep the video ideas coming. You can send them to me at btlkc84@gmail.com or kc_btl84 on Twitter. The studio that I've been talking about, I don't know, since last summer, it's finally ready. I got to go back there and check the sound, make sure the echo's not too bad. So the backdrop here is going to change real soon. I'm kind of going to miss these curtains, but we've actually found a way to keep them part of the channel. I also have a new sponsor coming that I will be sharing with you guys soon. You can always support the channel through Patreon. Just search Behind the Line on Patreon. But I think the sponsorship opportunity is going to be a great way to support the channel. You guys can buy something that you can use or that you want. I get compensated for it. Everybody wins. So that's coming soon. In the meantime, give me your thoughts on Libs of TikTok and Taylor Lorenz. Sound off in the comments below. I'll be back tomorrow. See you guys then.